Hey everyone. So welcome to our session on the excretory system. In our previous lesson, we have been looking at the kidney. Yeah, so we've gone through the nature of the kidney, and now we're on its functional unit, which is the nephron. So we looked at the structure of the nephron and its part. Today we'll be looking at the activities that occur in the nephron. Shall we begin? Okay, so now let's start with the Bowman's capsule. So in a Bowman's capsule, it's observed that there is a knot of blood capillaries. Yeah, right here. Let me use black. Yeah, so over here, you see that there is, a knot of blood capillaries in a Bowman's capsule. Yeah, so this is what happens. Blood enters the glomerulus. By the way, if you hear me talking about glomerulus, I'm talking about the knot of blood capillaries. It's the same thing. Yeah, so blood will enter the glomerulus, right? Through the arteriole. So you can see. Do you see the black ink?
Yes.
All right. So blood enters the glomerulus through the arteries. Okay. Now, because it's a knot of blood capillaries, there is filtration. Okay. Filtration occurs. When I talk about filtration, what does it mean? Yes, filtration. What does filtration means? We have very little time. Yeah, kind of sieving. Yeah, sieving or separating some substances from the other. Do you get the point? So when blood enters the glomerulus through the artery, and it's evident, right? So there is this filtration that occurs in the glomerulus. And so what happens is certain substances are separated from the blood. So substances like glucose is one. Substances like urea is also another thing. Amino acids and salt, okay, are filtered from the blood. Hmm? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, they are filtered from the blood and it's left to descend down through the loop. Okay? It's left to
Yes.
descend down through the loop like that. If you're wondering what is left in the blood, what is actually left is the blood cells, the red blood cell, white blood cells. So they are actually left in the blood. So now the filtrates now start to descend through the renal tubule. So it's coming like that. So you see the filtrates now descending. Hmm? Yeah, descending like that. And as it's coming in a proximal convoluted tubule, there is reabsorption start to take place. Hmm? So in a proximal, pay attention because we'll be talking about abnormalities. So we'll talk about certain abnormalities of the kidney and it should be able to identify where the problem is coming from. So pay attention. So in as the filtrate now descend the tubule, in the first or proximal convoluted tubule, I believe you can see, right? There's a first or proximal convoluted tubule. Do you see This one, this area. Hello.
Hi.
Are you able to see where the first or proximal convoluted tubule is?
Yes.
Yeah. So in a first or proximal convoluted tubule, there is a reabsorption. Okay. Yeah, reabsorption. So as the filtrates now start to descend, glucose is reabsorbed in a first or proximal convoluted tubule. Amino acids is also reabsorbed, and a bit of water too. Now, the rest of the filtrate continues to descend. I will not continue. Let me ask questions. So, how does the blood get into the glomerulus?
It's through the artery.
Yeah, through the artery. Now, in the glomerulus, there is filtration under pressure. Okay. Now, what filters down? What is separated? What seeps down the tubule? What? What
The
are the
first,
filtrates? Yes.
the first or
No, what are the filtrates? What are
the
separated? You said there is filtration that goes on in the glomerulus. So what are the filtrates?
blood? No. The urea.
Urea, what else again?
Um,
Are you making some notes?
yes.
Glucose, amino acids, water, salt, and so on and so forth. You know, oh, let me add this. Now, what stays in the blood? What stays in the blood? What did I say?
The white and red blood cell.
Yeah, platelets, blood platelet too stays in the blood. And I wanted to talk about this. Proteins stays in the blood. Okay. Proteins are also called albumin as far as kidney is concerned. It's called albumin. Albumin. Well, my laptop is reacting again because of the charger. But yeah, albumin, albumin is what's left in the blood. Albumin is proteins, okay? It doesn't filter down. Pay attention. Oh. We'll be talking
Okay.
about the defect of the kidney pretty soon. Albumin shouldn't filter down. Okay, let's continue. And mind you, the kidney is responsible for what? The urine production, right? I told you. Okay, so albumin shouldn't filter down. So albumin, blood, red blood cell, white blood cell, platelets, they don't filter down. So let's continue. So now the filtrate now descends, and I said in a first or proximal convoluted tubule, certain filtrates is reabsorbed. What are those? What are those?
Just a glucose.
Come again?
Glucose.
Glucose. I also mentioned other filtrates. What are those? What are those substances that are reabsorbed?
Water.
Water, amino acids, they are reabsorbed, you know. So they are reabsorbed through active transport and osmosis, you know. So water is reabsorbed through osmosis, and then glucose, amino acids, those solutes are reabsorbed through active transport. Do you remember what osmosis and active transport is? Yeah, yeah. What is osmosis? It's all you see, yes, and I'll let you go. I think I can write now. Osmosis.
Molecules from a higher concentration to a lower concentration until all particles are evenly distributed.
For real, osmosis. Higher to lower.
Lower to higher.
What is osmosis? Define again.
Osmosis. So it's the movement of molecules from a lower concentration to a higher concentration.
Lower concentration. Is the English proper? Go and read your notes. Osmosis is the movement of water molecules from a lower concentrated region to a higher concentrated region through a semi-permeable membrane. Go and read your notes. In osmosis, there is an existence of a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, so now we are in a first or proximal convoluted tubule. So I said glucose and amino acids is what reabsorb, right? Through osmosis and active transport. Basically, water is reabsorbed through osmosis. And then the solute, when I say solute, the glucose and the amino acids, those are reabsorbed through active transport. All right. Now, the rest of the filtrate continues. Okay. Of course, there is reabsorption in the I mean the descending limb, but let's leave it for now. I don't want us to talk about that. It's too advanced, right? Yeah, but it continues all the way through the loop of Henle. Yes, of course. As the filtrate descends, reabsorptions occur. So I said there is reabsorption in what the descending limb, there is reabsorption in the loop of Henle, right? Yeah. Now let's continue. I don't want to make it complicated because it's just integrated science. Even biology, we don't talk about them. So now the rest of the filtrate continues all the way to the distal convoluted or tubule, right? So over here in a distal convoluted tubule, more salt is reabsorbed, more water is reabsorbed, depending on the body's needs. Do you understand? So if the body require more water, there is dehydration whatsoever. In a second or distal convoluted tubule, more salt and more water is reabsorbed, right? Yeah. So now, if you're wondering what facilitates this, it's hormonal control. Okay. There should be something that should trigger the reabsorption. You understand? So hormonal what? Control. And hormonal control is effected from the brain. Okay, so the body will sense that there is less levels of water in the body, right? So the brain will trigger the release of hormone, okay? The release of hormone to their site of reaction. And that's how come proximal or the second or distal, no, the second or distal convoluted tubule will start to what? Absorb more water and more salt. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then now the filtrate continues. Continues. So from the second or distal convoluted tubule, what happens? It continues to where?
The convoluted.
Hmm. From the second convoluted tubule, the filtrate continues where? Are you studying the diagram?
Yes.
You seem to be lost though. From the second or distal convoluted tubule, the filtrate continues to where?
Collecting that.
Collecting that. So in the collecting that, water is reabsorbed. Okay, water is reabsorbed with the help of ADH. Okay, water. So in the collecting that, water is what? Reabsorbed. Right? Under
Yes.
under the influence of antidiuretic. Hey, am I spelling it wrong? Come on, let me shift for you to see. Under the influence of antidiuretic antidiuretic hormone. So that's ADH. Oh, I'm waiting for you to write, then we talk about that.
Is it ABH or ADH?
Diuretic. So D for Diana. And the rest of the filtrate that is not needed comes out comes out to the urine what's the name? Urinary bladder. If you remember the the urinary system, two kidneys on the left and right, and then they comes those kidneys has an extension called the ureters. The ureters connect to the bladder, if you remember. Ureters connect to the bladder. So the rest of the filtrate will come out through the pelvis and to the ureters, right? And it connect to the bladder. It comes as urine. Have you landed? You can go all over again. But I'm not done. The reabsorption, the collecting that, I'm not done. So I said water is reabsorbed, right? Under the influence of antidiuretic hormone. So it's also a hormone, right? Water is reabsorbed through hormonal control. So this is what happens. So the body, if the body has less volumes of water, okay, the brain senses that and triggers the pituitary gland. It's in the brain. Oh, just a moment, guys. My machine again. Let's see if this comes still. Just a moment. Yeah, so yeah, the pituitary gland. The brain sense that dehydration or less volumes of water and orders the pituitary gland, that gland, to produce ADH, antidiuretic hormone, right? In the collecting that. So when that antidiuretic hormone is produced in the collecting that, water is reabsorbed. High volumes of water, it's reabsorbed in the collecting that. Okay, it's reabsorbed, retained in a body for use. Now the rest of the filtrate exit to the nephron, of course, exit the kidney to the urinary system. Can we go through it again?
Yes.
All right. Now it's not moving. Okay, yeah. So let's have in a Bowman's capsule. So blood has entered the glomerulus, right? Through through the artery. Under pressure, that blood is filtered and filtrates such as amino acids, water, glucose descends are filtered, right? Now the rest of the substances like proteins, blood cells, they are not filtered, they are retained. So now the filtrate now is descending through the loop. Sorry, the tubule. In the first or proximal convoluted tubule, some of the filtrates are reabsorbed. What are they?
The salt, water.
Water, salt, yeah.
Glucose.
Amino acids. Okay, it's reabsorbed. Now, the rest of the filtrate continues to descend through the tubule, right? And I said in the loop of Henle and those tubule, reabsorption occur, but we don't care about that, okay? Because of the extent the syllable requires us to go. Now, it ascends all the way to the second or distal convoluted tubule, and over there, water is what? Reabsorbed. Not just water, water and what? Salt. It's also reabsorbed, depending on the body's what? Needs, right? The rest of the filtrate continues to the collecting area, and over here, water is absorbed under the influence of what? Antidiuretic hormone. And I said, where is the ADH? What gland produces the ADH?
No.
What gland produces the ADH?
Yeah.
Say that again.
The pituitary gland.
Thank you. That was cute. Anyway, the pituitary gland produces that. Now, I have other questions. Now, that reabsorption that occurs in the proximal convoluted tubule, what mechanism does it use to reabsorb? Yes, I told you water is reabsorbed through what mechanism? And then the other solutes, amino acids and glucose, it's reabsorbed through what mechanism?
Moses said active transport.
Osmosis for the water, the rest of the solute, active transport. And then I also said that in the second or distal convoluted tubule, what mechanism is involved or influences the reabsorption of water?
The hormonal
Say hormones.
Hormonal control. All right. Hormonal control. All right. So basically, that is it. Now, breathe in and out. Let me know when you are settled, and then we can talk about the abnormalities of the kidney. Let me know when you're ready.
There we are settled.
All right. So, now before I go there, so yesterday I said that the kidney is invaginated inside what? Sorry, the nephrons are invaginated in the kidney. Okay?
Yes.
They are in the kidney. Oh, it's not moving again. Just a moment. Yeah, they are in the kidney. Good. Such that the artery and the vein you see comes out. They are inside and they root out from the artery and the vein you see from the kidney, right? So this nephron you see, after the collecting that, anything that is coming out comes out from the pelvis. Do you see the pelvis from the kidney?
The nose.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So if anything that is done comes out from the pelvis and out, have you seen it?
Yes.
Yeah, out. So out from the ureter. And if the thing is coming out from the ureter, then you know that it's going straight toward the bladder. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Let me see if I can project Google for you. I think yesterday we even did that. No. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
I mean, I've opened a browser.
Oh, yeah. You see that?
Hold on.
Look at the president.
Yeah, you were not seeing that. True. Do you see it?
No.
You
Yes.
can. Yeah.
Eh.
Now in exam, you this can be drawn for you. So watch out. In exam, and don't say I did not teach you. They will draw this for you. Okay. This no. This simpler. Then you'll be asked to live to what is it? What's the title? So this is a urinary system. So that's the name. It's what the urinary what system. Now the two bean shaped structures are kidney. So right kidney and left kidney. Those are the simple labels you must associate to this diagram. Then that thread that comes out from the kidney is the ureter. Okay. There are two ureters, one on the left, one on the right. Then the that structure that looks like a triangle, okay, in the middle is the urinary bladder. Then it connects to one small tube. That's a urethra. Okay, urethra. It's different from ureter. Urethra, all right? So that is it. So any activity that goes on in the nephron, when it's done, it comes out through the ureters and to the bladder. And when the bladder has enough of liquid urine, that's when the muscle presses to allow it to flow, all right, through the ureter out from your organ, urinary organ. Okay, so that is it. Watch out for this diagram. Don't tell me I did not show you this. If you see this anywhere, that's a urinary system. Urinary system. I hope it's not a lot of information. There's someone wanted to write something. Let me know when you are settled and we can move on. Are you documenting stuff at all?
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. Shall we?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I can right now. Okay, so let's look at some defects. So let's say you go to the hospital and then they conduct a urinalysis. But they observe your urine, okay, in a laboratory. And they come out and tell you that we observe proteins in your urine. Is it normal? Proteinuria. Yeah. Protein is observed in your urine. Is it normal?
No.
It's not normal. So where is the fault? Where, your level of understanding now, where is the problem?
Then the problem is from the nephron.
Nephron is very broad. Where is the problem? Everything we'll be talking about, the problem will be from the nephron. So if you see that you've not really said anything, where is the problem stemming from?
The collecting box.
Interesting. Collecting that. It's wrong. Yeah, I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
Urine has filtered down all the way, come out from your collecting that, and it's now seen in your urine, in a bladder, comes in a bladder, comes out like that. It's not normal. And yeah, where is the problem? You tell me the collecting that really does it even have to get to that level in the first place?
No.
So what's the problem?
Somebody say forget.
Come again.
Glomerulus.
Glomerulus. Explain. Now I'm hearing something sensible. Explain.
Because because when it's filters through the artery, the protein and the amino acids and water they came down, that's what.
They came down. In a glomerulus, I said that proteins. Now, by the way, that filtration that occur in a glomerulus is called ultrafiltration.
What?
Ultra. Ultra. My machine is refusing to write, so you have to listen to me. Ultra, ULTRA, ultra filtration, one word, ultra filtration. That filtration that goes on over there is ultra filtration. Ultra filtration is the uh, filtration of minute substances, smaller substances down the renal tubule. Okay, like filtration of smaller substances down the renal tubule or the nephron. The filtration that occurs in the glomerulus is ultrafiltration. Smaller substances are the substances that are permitted to filter down. Large globules of substances do not go down. Globular substances, sorry, don't filter down. Do you understand? So protein is big, so it doesn't come down. It's not filtered. Blood cells, red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets are large substances, so they don't filter. Do you get it?
Yes.
They don't. So I say in the glomerulus, it's amino acids, water, glucose, they come down. Proteins and blood cells don't filter down, right? So if proteins is observed in your urine, meaning filtration actually during the filtration, proteins was able to penetrate through the glomerulus. So that's where the problem is. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So in exam, if they ask you what are the key functions of the kidney, it's what? Ultrafiltration and what? Reabsorption. Okay?
Okay.
Ultrafiltration and reabsorption. Ultrafiltration, I've explained, like filtration of smaller substances down the renal tubule or the nephron. This you should use. I'm using my own words to teach you. So use your own words to explain things. Don't go and chew any information from the textbooks. It's not anything hard. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So we are talking about protein seen in your urine. Yeah, so it's a defect. So that's what we call nephritis.
Nephritis.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it's not right, you know.
Yes.
Nephritis.
Right.
Oh, Christ. Stubborn. I don't want it to go off too. It's RITIS. Okay, let me slow this thing quickly before it goes off. Okay, RITIS. Yeah. So actually, normally, when you see ITIS, okay, against any word in biology, okay, it means swelling, inflammation. So nephritis, meaning inflammation of the nephritis. Where is it coming from? It will be swelling of what?
The
Looking at
nephron.
the nephron, yeah. So inflammation of the nephron. Okay.
Yes.
And one of the symptoms is protein
In urine.
in urine, yeah. Or yeah, one of the effects, so to speak. If you go to the lab and they test your urine and they are saying you're excreting more proteins, meaning you have a problem with your kidney and you know where it's stemming from. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay. Now, you go to the lab and the technician examines you and says that you are excreting too much volumes of water. Is it normal?
No.
So where is the problem? So one of the abnormalities of the kidney is what we've written on nephritis. Okay. So we are doing abnormalities of the kidney. Abnormalities. Oh, it's not right. Oh Christ. Yeah, anyway. Hurry up, hurry up. You're excreting too much water. So where is the problem? It stems from a lot of places, right?
Yeah.
Less volume of water was reabsorbed in a second or distal tubule, right? In a tubule, like descending limb, ascending limb, like less volume of water is reabsorbed. In the distal convoluted tubule, water, less of it is reabsorbed. Collecting that too that could absorb much water, less of it is reabsorbed. Okay, so these are the areas you have to look at. In the collecting that, so it could be a hormonal issue. Do you understand? Because these hormones, at least when your body is getting dehydrated, these hormones should work in helping you to reabsorb. So It could be a hormonal issue. I would mean. Whether from the pituitary gland or the hormone that is responsible for water reabsorption in the distal tubule, right? In fact, this is what we call diabetes insipidus.
Diabetes is what?
Insipidus. I just hope I'll be able to write. Just spell diabetes. Diabetes. Diabetes insipidus. Insipidus. Did you get it?
No.
Diabetes. Dibetes. Insipidus. Insipidus. Yeah. Can we move on?
Yes, sir.
Again, you go to the hospital. So diabetes insipidus is associated to what? Excreting high volumes of what? Water, right? In your urine. Hi. Have you given up?
No.
Okay. You go to the lab and they say there is too much glucose in your urine. What is the problem? Where is glucose reabsorbed?
The second
No, it's not in a second.
first.
Yeah, first or proximal convoluted tubule. Glucose filters down the glomerulus, all right, but in a first or proximal convoluted tubule, it's reabsorbed.
Okay.
So now, if you are seeing glucose, much of it in your urine, it's a defect. It's called diabetes mellitus.
Diabetes mellitus.
Yeah. Normally, when they talk about diabetes, it's mellitus they talk of, you know, because diabetes, they'll say you're having too much sugar, right? But normally they talk about mellitus, but it has other types. Right? It has other types. So we have diabetes insipidus. Excess water.
Oh.
Who is that? Do you think you are in a market? Is it a lady that was yawning anyhow like that?
Yes.
Shame on you. Are you there?
Yes.
Then go and read about nephrotic syndrome.
Nephrotic syndrome. It's a medicine.
It's a defect, not a medicine.
Ah.
Go and read about kidney stones. I've given you 5, it's enough.
Yes, it's better.
In our next meeting, we'll talk about the skin or the integumentary system. And go and read this note. I believe you could make enough notes. Glad the lesson was recorded too for a reference. I know you'll not go and watch, so not
You
to
watch.
you'll not watch.
Okay, SS one part.
Yes, that's what.
Hey, excess what in urine or not urea? In urine. All right. At this point, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Say your own self so before you start to sleep outside. Anyway,
Okay.
so this will be the end of today's session. You should like the videos and subscribe as well.
Okay.
In the absence of any question,